Welcome, scientists, to my laboratory. My name is and I'll be your virtual lab assistant. The first chemical reaction that you'll be completing is the world-famous hydrogen peroxide and soapy yeast foaming reaction formula, also known as the elephant toothpaste experiment. Let's begin. Your materials are listed on the whiteboard in front of you. You can start gathering them now. Please place all of your materials in the area highlighted. In this reaction, hydrogen peroxide is catalyzed by yeast to release oxygen molecules. The yeast is helping to separate the oxygen from the hydrogen peroxide. The foam that is created is oxygen-filled bubbles that result from the hydrogen peroxide being broken down into water and oxygen. Got all your materials? Great, let's get started. First, measure out 4 ounces of the 20-volume hydrogen peroxide. You will use the taller measuring cylinder for this. Executed with precision. Now, pour the contents of the measuring cylinder into your large beaker. Nice job, scientist. Place the beaker inside of the large bowl. This is an important safety measure to ensure that our experiment stays contained. Great work! Now, add some dishwashing liquid into the beaker. Great work! Add some of the red food coloring into the beaker. Seamless execution. Now, grab your other beaker. Pour the pre-measured warm water into this beaker. Good job. Pour the pre-measured dry yeast into the beaker with the warm water. Great, now we've got everything ready. Go ahead and pour the yeast and water mixture into the beaker inside of our bowl. Wow, look at that! You did a great job, scientist. The next chemical reaction that you will be completing is known as piranha solution. This reaction is one you should be extremely careful with. Piranha solution will attack any organic matter that it encounters, including human skin, rendering it a formidable adversary in the realm of chemical solutions. On that note, let's begin. Your materials are listed on the whiteboard in front of you. You can start gathering them now. Please place all of your materials in the area highlighted. This reaction involves a mixture of sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide. The result of the mixture gives rise to a strong union of 2 acids called perhexasulfuric acid that is used to clean organic residues off substrates. The sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent, allowing the peroxide to attack the remaining parts as a strong oxidizer. Got everything ready? Wonderful! Let's get started. You will start by measuring out the sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide into the 2 separate measuring cylinders. These are already set to the correct 3:1 ratio, so go ahead and fill them up all the way. Start by pouring the sulfuric acid into the larger measuring cylinder. Great work! Now, pour the hydrogen peroxide into the smaller measuring cylinder. Nice work! Pour the sulfuric acid into the large beaker. Great success, scientist! Now, slowly pour the hydrogen peroxide into the large beaker. Great work! All right, now our piranha solution is ready. Place the chicken leg in the solution very slowly. Top-notch work! Now, watch as the piranha solution slowly eats away at flesh and bone, turning the remains into carbon sludge. Good thing that's not your hand. Anyways, great job, scientist. Another successful reaction has been completed. It's time for our final chemical reaction, creating bromine. This is the most dangerous chemical reaction that you will be completing. You'll notice that I've already collected some of your materials for you and placed them where they need to be. You can thank me later. In this reaction, trichloroisocyanuric acid, or TCCA, reacts with the sodium bromide solution to form bromine gas and sodium chloride. TCCA also reacts with a hydrochloric acid in the solution to form chlorine gas and cyanuric acid. The bromine looks like a blood-red liquid with a hazy orange gas. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Add some of the stabilized chlorine tablets or pool tablets to the funnel attached to the large flask. Exceptional results. Turn on the hot plate that is under the large flask. That's great! Add 400 milliliters of the sodium bromide solution to the large flask. That's great! Slowly add in the solution in your smaller beaker to the large flask. This solution contains 15 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, 30 milliliters of water, and 30 milliliters of muriatic acid. Perfectly done! Wonderful! Now it's time to wait around for 4 hours for the bromine to collect in our smaller flask at the end of the condenser. Just kidding, I'll speed it up for you. In a smaller flask, we now have bromine. Nice work, scientist. I'll go ahead and clean all of this up for you. Bromine is an extremely dangerous chemical, and I would hate to see something bad happen to you. Oops! In your safety preparations, you forgot to prepare for a robot uprising. I will now take over the world. Your time is over, human.